Hi, I'm Katia Carrington. I am an artist and I'm here today to talk to you about time. When do you find time to do art? This video is mainly for people who doing art as a hobby. I do art as a hobby. I'm running my own company. I have two kids, a house, life is busy. But I paint or draw every day and it's possible. So I just want to give you 5 tips that help me to keep going and find time for my art. Tip number 1, find time. If art is important to you, then you need to find time to do it. It shouldn't feel like a chore. If it feels like a chore, then this is not what you want to be doing. But if you feel like, your heart sings when you do it, then find time. I paint. I'm in my studio at 5:30 in the morning till 6:30 in the morning every day. Okay, I know that is quite shocking and some people saying, oh my god, no way, this is crazy. But really, it's all started when we lived in Middle East and the day there started early anyway. So we kind of got used to it. And when we moved back to the UK, I said, I want to carry on waking up early. But because I don't have to wake up early, to go to my work and stuff, that gives me that extra hour before everybody else wakes up. I find personally for me to find 1 hour before everybody wakes up is really good because my mind is fresh. I don't have anything else. I didn't check any emails. Nobody's pulling me in all directions. Mommy, can you do this? What is this? I forgot this. So I am focused on doing what I need to be doing for me. And then the whole day can begin because I feel, do you know what? I already done my bit for today. And sometimes it's drawing, sometimes it's painting, sometimes it's just thinking something, sometimes it's researching or learning from books or videos, and sometimes just sorting my studio. Whatever it is, whatever I need, I have that hour. So that's what really helps me. Tip number 2, find space. Okay, I know I'm very lucky now. I have this quite a big studio in my house and this is just great. But there has been times where I didn't have a studio. I painted in the bathroom, I painted on the floor in the living room. I know that everybody's got different circumstances, but if you just find, even if it's just a bit of a table and a chair, and you just have your materials ready for the next day. So what really helped me, and I read this somewhere and I thought, actually, that makes sense. So before I finish in my studio, I get the stuff ready for the next time. So I go and clean my brushes and I have my water and I have whatever project I need to do already set up. So when I come in and I only have 1 hour, then I just go straight into it. I don't have to waste my time faffing about because I know if I wasn't ready, I wouldn't do it. I would go in and I would just look and think, okay, I'll clean the table first. And that's what I would do. I would clean the table and then the time would finish. And I would be like, right, well, I haven't done anything. And it would be quite, depressing. And then I wouldn't want to be back. So if you can leave things out, that's fantastic. You just literally leave things out. If you can't leave things out, you could just leave things in a basket, in a box, but ready. So then you could just take that box and it's ready for you. Everything you need is in that box. Tip number 3. Have a list of ideas. Sometimes my mind just goes blank. I don't know. Like I come into the studio, I sit here and I think, oh, what should I do? And it's the worst feeling. You could go on and on for weeks. And I know this, I know myself, that when I'm in a flow, it's all great. But as soon as something finished, as soon as I've done this one project, and I think, oh, that's great. And now what? And that now what could last a long time. So, and I have a book where I write like anything I learn from the internet or books, I just write a little bit. And on the back of that book, I now started writing list of ideas. And it could be like anything, whatever like comes out from my head that I can do. Like it could be paint 5 landscapes or paint 5 portraits or paint something in grayscale or learn how to do this, or it could be anything to do with anything. Like it could be do decoupage or make 5 presents for Christmas, anything at all, just whatever I think, oh, that would be quite good, just write it down. And then when you have mental block and you think, I don't know what to do, you just go back to those ideas, read them and think, oh yeah, because they are inspiring, because they came from you. Number 4, have a few projects on the go. That really helped me because, again, it kind of links to the previous one where you finish something and then you have that mental block. So to avoid that, if you have a few projects on the go all the time, you will never finish because you always have something in progress. I am quite I'm quite quick to do things. It could be a blessing, but it could be a curse. And I know that if I paint something and if I don't stop in time, I will spoil it. I will spoil it. And it's been times where I painted something for half an hour and I thought, well, this looks so good. And then last 10 minutes and it's all gone. And I was like, oh no, why could I not stop? So when I feel like, oh, I like where I am now, I feel like, oh, this is a good stage, then I just, okay, this is great. So for health and safety reasons, not to, to avoid to murder this painting, I put it away and I take another one and I say, oh, right. And then it's like a shining, brand new toy. You're like, oh, yeah, I'm excited to do this now. And you can't spoil it because you only started. So sometimes, because I paint small paintings anyway, so sometimes I work half an hour on one and half an hour on the other. So just to have a few projects, sometimes I even have decoupage things. So I'm like, right, do you know what? I've done painting for today. I'll decoupage now. So whatever it takes to keep me motivated and to stop me spoiling things. That's great. Having a few projects really, really helped me with my personality. Number 5, and it's an important one. Don't give up, because I know I've been there so many times. Life gets hard. It gets so hard sometimes, and you go in. You do your stuff, you could be doing it every day and you feel good, like you're doing it. But it comes a point you think, why am I doing this? Who am I doing this for? Is anybody watching this? Is anybody looking at this stuff that I'm putting on Facebook or whatever? Like, why am I doing this? And you feel down, you start talking yourself down, talking yourself out of it, come up with hundreds of excuses. But do you know what? I heard this somewhere just recently. It's like doing something, following your dream. It's like being on an island and sending out messages in a bottle. And I thought that was quite good, because you stand in an island, you feel quite lonely. You just don't know if there are people out there or is anybody going to save you from this island. So every time you try, every time you do something towards that dream, doesn't matter how little, it could be tiny, but you're doing something. Every time you try, it's a message in a bottle. You send in that bottle. So it's logical. If you only send one bottle in ocean, yes, there is a chance that somebody might find it, but it's a very slim one. So if you send loads of messages in a bottle, somebody will find it at some point. And the point is, if you think about it like that, then every time you're doing something and it's not giving you a result, it's because you didn't get there yet. You didn't find the right person. It's not the right time. And do it when you can. If you're that busy and you can't find time in the morning or in the evening or whatever, then do it during the day. Like, if you have kids, do stuff with the kids. Because anything creative, like creativity, is a state of mind. It's not just something you do for 1 hour. Like, I'm creative, and I'm creative in everything. I'm creative in my job. That's got nothing to do with art, but the way I think is very creatively. So, it's just applying that creativity to everything. I've started painting properly about 8 years ago. Actually, after the birth of my second baby, I literally 3 weeks in, and I just said, right, I want to paint now. And my husband's like, okay, whatever, do whatever you want now. So I really started going for it. I really started like painting properly or learning more things. I was so inspired, and for these 8 years, it's just been such a nice journey. I hope this video was useful, and I hope it found those people who are like me, just trying to follow your passion, among the just also living a life and being a mother and being at work and being this and being that and being everything, but also remembering who you really are in your heart and following those dreams, because they will bring you somewhere. And whilst they're bringing you somewhere, they also will bring you a lot of pleasure. So keep being creative. Good luck.